To the man to my right, he's been here a couple of times. Last time he was with JB Smoove, and I was out of town, so I'm thrilled that I'm here when he's back here for USA Network's Shooter, which is back for a second season, Tuesdays at 10 Eastern Time. Good to see you, Omar Epps.
Good to be here.
Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn and Cowboys.
Now, how does that happen? I know we've discussed this before, but I think it needs to be revisited every time. How does somebody in Brooklyn, New York, wind up a Cowboy fan?
When I was a kid, Tony Dorsett was my favorite player in the league, and he was a Cowboy.
Yes.
So probably had he been on any other team, I would have been a fan of that team.
So if he was a Jet, you'd be a Jet fan?
That's a hard one.
But did you hear
that's a hard one.
He just pulled up stakes there.
I come from the Richard Todd Jets.
So do I.
They were terrible.
So do I.
Terrible. I mean, you had Klecko, Gastineau.
The sack exchange. Abdul Salam.
But you had Richard Todd.
Richard Todd came from Alabama, where Namath came from. He was supposed to be better, that Richard Todd. And they also, he got the Jets to the 1981 AFC Championship game with Freeman McNeil, who was one of my favorite players.
Wesley Walker.
Yeah, I still have, full disclosure, I still have a Wesley Walker jersey that I got for summer camp with my name stitched in the back so they knew whose it was when it came back from the laundry for my bunk like 8 or whatever. You've got the Cowboys now. You were just in Oxnard, California, correct?
Yep.
What was that like? Have you been to Cowboys
training camp?
Okay.
First time at training camp. Drove up, and it was great. I mean, the whole organization laid it out for us.
Oh, there you are with Jerry Jones. Picture on your Facebook. He's going to the Pro Football Hall of Fame on Saturday.
Yeah, congrats.
He's
congrats
going
to
in.
the Hall of Fame.
So what was that like trolling around up there?
It was great. I stayed for the whole practice. It was a little fracas, as it were.
You were there for that too?
Well, I was there for that. But I like that on my team. I like that, little, spiciness going on, even in practice, because that's going to carry over into the season.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one after that.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I hadn't heard about that one.
Another one.
That's supposed to be one of them, including the kid from Baylor who's trying to become a tight end, a basketball player.
I like it. I like when the team is testy.
Yes, Rico Gathers was in the mix to this whole thing. They sent him off and they let him come back once they cool down. The same way that I treat my 8-year-old when he flips out at home. They gave him a timeout.
Right. It works.
They gave him a timeout.
It works, but they look good. I mean, Dak looks good.
He's so good. Did you meet Dak?
I
did.
Get
a chance to meet him?
I did meet him. The thing I love about Dak that I don't think he got credit for last season was his football acumen. I mean, his audible game was sick. I mean, it was something special, I thought.
We had Dak call into the show.
He was great
last month. And how do you not fall in love with this guy? I mean, he's got his head screwed on straight.
Right.
He's calling in to talk about how he's trying to eradicate cancer, which is obviously always a noble gesture for anybody. But his story with his mom, he lost his mom in the middle of college, and then was able to take advantage of an opportunity and not let it go to his head and improve in a way that you always would see some sort of regression. And he just has his head screwed on straight.
Yeah.
And the Metroplex, when you got the star on the side of your helmet, you're the quarterback, that things can kind of go a little bit haywire. Yeah. What about Ezekiel Elliott, though? That's the one guy that I think is a cause for concern somewhat, in a way. And I'm not just saying that because there's a Michigan helmet on my desk, but what are your thoughts on Zeke?
Hey,
Omar?
my thoughts on Zeke, look, he's a kid. I mean, he's literally he's a young man, but he's a kid. It's his first season in the league. He's got to, that's stuff you just have to live through. You just have to go through. You can get guys to talk to him and, hey, watch this and watch that. You use your common sense, but we both know, you're in your 20s. Could you imagine being in your 20s, starting running back for the Cowboys? You're making all this money. Mm-hmm. It happens. He's just got to mature and go through it, and hopefully it doesn't affect his football game.
So what do you think? Seriously.
This season?
Yes.
I'm expecting a season like what we had last
13 wins, winning the division.
Why not?
I'm not saying why not. No, I'm just walking you through the possibilities.
Let me take you. This was the best part about training camp for me, was watching our offensive line, right? And I'm thinking two things. One, our defensive line is going to get better because they're going up against these guys every week. Mm-hmm. So we got to grow, right? Hopefully we get a secondary. My second thought was, these guys move any D-line in the league, literally. And that's crazy to me.
They're the best in football.
That is incredible.
Of that, there is no doubt. there is no doubt. The question is the back end of that Dallas defense going to improve this year?
We'll see.
And that front line needs to take another step up.
Yeah, the front lines. I'm more concerned about our secondary than the front line. The front line. Let me tell you something. That Taco, that kid is huge.
Wow,
I mean,
you're talking my language. You know, he went to Michigan. Him and Jordan Lewis. They both bring some maize and blue. Into that spot. Taco Charlton will definitely help. There's no doubt about that. But the Giants, I'd be concerned about if I were you. I like them a lot. Certainly, if you're not certainly if you're not going to have Zeke week 1.
Yeah.
If you don't have Zeke week 1 because of what might be happening, and they come in your house on that Sunday night, I got
a lot of Giants fans in my family.
I bet.
And all that, and you know, it is what it is. They beat us twice last year, but who went to the playoffs?
Omar Epps of Shooter here on The Rich Eisen Show.
We want to win the war.
The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays at noon Eastern on radio stations across the country and audience.
If you like that, download our app. Please, just if it's a memory thing, just delete other apps. You don't need those apps. This app, The Rich Eisen Show app, you need that.